with some First Take tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific on ESPN2. Outside of LaMarcus Aldridge, just about every top free agent re-signed with their own team this year. So what will Kevin Durant do next year when he hits the market? CBSSports.com is reporting that execs around the league expect him to stay put in OKC, and that there are only a handful of teams that can legitimately think they're an option. Lakers, Mavs, Wizards. Stephen A., where do you think he'll wind up?
You know, I really don't know. If I had to bet, I would say I would give the edge to Oklahoma City because of the personality that Kevin Durant is combined with the money that they can pay him. They can give him more than anybody else will give him. More importantly, if he's healthy, there is no negotiation. He gets the max. Every penny of it, you know. I mean, he's Kevin Durant, for crying out loud. Missing 55 games, having bad feet, clearly an off year last year. He still averaged 25.4 points and 6.6 rebounds a game. This brother's the real deal. And I'm talking about on 51% shooting from the field and 40% from three-point range. All of this noise we make about San Antonio and Golden State and others, it's legit. But please understand that Kevin Durant is universally recognized as the second best player in the world when healthy, and unquestionably the most prolific offensive force in the modern day era. Nobody has his offensive arsenal. Being 6'10", 6'11", with a 7'6" wingspan, has a handle, mid-range game, shoots about, what is it, 85% to 90% from the free throws, has 40% shooting range, can pull up from 30. I mean, this brother is an offensive machine, the likes of which we have never seen as far as I'm concerned, because of his size and awkwardness and the fact that he has that range. The question is whether or not he's going to be healthy, and more importantly, one of the things we don't discuss enough, he has a very close relationship with Russell Westbrook, regardless of what people want to think. What's Russell Westbrook going to do 2 years from now? Because that may have a lot to do with what Kevin Durant decides to do. And so I think about that. I think about South Beach being an option, because South Beach, no state income tax in the state of Florida, being in Miami, with the rest in the Eastern Conference. I mean, look. You talking about that as a possibility, staying in Oklahoma City or going home? The reason why I give Oklahoma City the edge, however, is because Kevin Durant is one of those quiet brothers. It's not that he's quietly, he doesn't talk, but he's insulated to some degree. He ain't into the splash and the flash. That's not his. That's not his MO. I think if Rock Nation has their druthers, they'd want him in a bigger, better market because they represent him too, and that could potentially have some influence, even though at the end of the day they're going to do what he wants them to do. But I think the flip side is you're going to see people bringing up the nation's capital, L.A., New York, and South Beach. Those would be options outside of Oklahoma City, but I would still give Oklahoma City the edge because of Kevin Durant's personality and the fact that he doesn't mind being in a small market, quiet place, and it's not like it's going to cost him any money, because the NBA, with the parity and the small market teams being allowed to and able to spend, you know, with TV contracts and everything else, sort of equaling the playing field. Kevin Durant is going to still get his money, so it's not going to cost him a dime. And remember, he still has the $265 million deal that Nike matched from Under Armour. So the brother's not starved by any stretch.
Heck no. Can you see him shopping himself and allowing everyone to wine and dine him and doing a tour of America?
I can't see Kevin Durant doing that. I see Kevin Durant figuring out over this next season whether he wants to stay. Now, if he goes other places, it's not because he wants to be wooed like DeAndre Jordan and Dwight Howard and people like that. It's because he genuinely doesn't know what he wants to do, but he ain't into that.
Okay, here's my guess, and it is just a guess, though it's an educated guess. I agree with you that Kevin and Russell are very close. They are brothers, quote unquote. But I believe that a year from now, Kevin Durant will decide it's just no longer fun attempting to play with Russell Westbrook on the basketball court. After Russell Westbrook, without Kevin, went on that triple-double MVP-style tear through the second half of the year, I think Russell went over the edge into Russellmania. And I love to watch him. I love him as a player, but man, he loves to shoot that rock. And it is very difficult and will become increasingly difficult as Kevin comes off his foot injury. And every time we talk about a foot, you and I know, that's dangerous stuff. Will it ever come quite back? We don't know for sure.
Yeah.
We'll find out. But it's just so hard for him and Russell to mesh, especially when push comes to shove in big games. Who takes the big shot? Again, Russell has a good side to him, and he's got a not-so-good side. He's got a real strong Russell side to him. And I think last year was bad for Russell because he got a taste of those triple-doubles. And I think it will become harder and harder for Kevin and Russell, two superstars, to mesh egos and games on a nightly basis. And I think Kevin will finally decide that he either wants to go home or he wants to go to South Beach. I am not going to rule out going to the Big Apple just because of Jay-Z and company. I know the Knicks, as you say, are an atrocity right now, and they would have to show Kevin Durant that they're going to do this, that, and the other to get back off life support.
I know for a fact that that's Carmelo's talking, no question about it, and Carmelo is going to have to recruit like he never has in his life. I just think the odds are stacked against him because of the town and how it doesn't mirror what Kevin Durant prefers from a lifestyle perspective. South Beach, obviously, for personal reasons, because I love South Beach. I'm never going to be mad at anybody for going to South Beach. But I got to admit to you, if I had my druthers, it might be too much for him because it's home, but I would love to see Kevin Durant in the nation's capital with Bradley Beal and John Wall.
I'm with you.
If that happened, all Washington, meaning Ernie Grunfeld, Eddie Tapscott, and Tommy Shepard and those boys, all they would need is a rebounder. They certainly wouldn't need anybody to shoot. All you need somebody to rebound and play defense. You don't even need to be a part of the offense. Between Bradley Beal, John Wall, and Kevin Durant, there is no question that you don't need anything else offensively. And those brothers in the nation's capital would be special. But I think it happens, Skip, if Russell Westbrook does one or two things. It either gives the indication that he would prefer that it's his own show, or he gives indications that he wants to leave to go home himself, go to L.A. Because Russell Westbrook at the Staples Center in purple and gold, it doesn't change that right now. That changes everything. That changes everything. Everything for the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm talking post-Kobe era. Russell Westbrook in L.A. Woo-hoo. That would be special. Talk about a one-man wrecking crew. It would be Russell Westbrook.
Well, he might be a one-man wrecking crew.
Now, if you get him, once Kobe's going, you get Russell Westbrook, you got cap space.
Yeah.
You can build around that or whatever. Well, Russell Westbrook clearly is the number one option. That energy, Russell Westbrook is one of the most vicious, heartless basketball players I have ever seen in my life. This brother has no mercy. No, he will destroy you. My biggest regret watching these playoffs is that I did not get to see him against Steph Curry. Because with all the talk about Steph Curry, you know how much we both love Steph Curry. Had he went against Russell Westbrook would have been like, y'all talking about him like that, like I don't matter. Russell Westbrook would have went at that brother, him and Klay Thompson, like you've never seen.
So Russ could turn you into a Jim Buss fan. Is that possible?
Never. Never. I respect the Lakers organization in terms of what they used to be. And Jim Buss, as a man, I just think his emotions get in the way. And I think that he is an atrocity to Lakers Nation. And he should be fired today and just given his money and to go on with his life. He has no business running a basketball operations.
All right, let's leave that one there. Last night, the home run